Well, I met Martha when I first came to Indianapolis. She was here about the same time. She likes to say that I was her first lawyer because she was the head of the Housing and Urban Development Office locally, and I was in the U.S. Attorney's Office. So we represented our federal office holders when they had business, and so that's really how I got to know her first, but that was really not how we became acquainted. We were among that small group of women who were in visible responsibilities in town. And there were so few of us that we got to know each other just by hanging around almost. But Martha and I made an early connect as friends. So there are many things about her that I know, and all of them impress me. She's wonderfully thoughtful and loyal. She is a very good friend. And she's a friend to all of her friends, not just to me, of course. She works very hard. She's got wonderful judgment. She seems to sense where she can be and can put herself in order to have a meaningful role to play. She's just sort of got an uncanny ability to show up in places that can benefit from her many talents.
From a business standpoint, I'd say it's her broad set of experiences, her business acumen, the fact that she can always be counted on to ask the right questions and always be counted on to offer sage, even wise advice and counsel. As we talked about difficult issues, she would always raise a community perspective. How will this impact different aspects of the community? She might raise a legal concern, public policy concerns, and even financial and general business concerns. So a really broad range of input.
Martha is one of these people who surprises you. She has been available to do a number of things in this community to make it a better place for people to live. I'd start by saying that a number of the things she's done are well known, but the two that I think I'd mention today are, first of all, she was the person, along with the board, who put together the Lumina Foundation in Indianapolis. Started here in Indianapolis and is still headquartered here. She was the perfect person to do this sort of thing, given her other foundation background and her thorough indoctrination to how philanthropy works. But secondly, and I think even more important now, is that she, along with a number of volunteers and staff, saved the symphony for the city of Indianapolis.
Martha took over as chair of the board of the ISO at a very precarious time in the institution's history, and she really was the ideal leader for the right time for our organization. She has just an amazing combination of passion, poise, and dedication, commitment to the institution and to our community, and bringing all those things together to serve the institution has been just an incredible source of inspiration for me. She is relentless at thinking of ways to bring people together, people from different corners of the community in ways that you wouldn't necessarily expect, and she has this amazing ability to think big and imagine how organizations and people can accomplish things by working together, and she's regularly introducing me to people. She knows everybody in the community and just has this amazing glue of connecting people throughout our community.
She's a real connector, so she will know people from one connection in one direction in this city, and she'll find that those are useful, meaningful relationships in another context.
You know, the thing that impresses me most about Martha, beyond her business acumen, beyond her experience and advice, is really how committed she is to the community, how much she cares about the community, and that shines through in all she does. She's done so much for the city in so many areas, both in terms of business as well as in terms of not-for-profit.
Every community needs a couple of dozen Martha Lamkins. We don't have a couple of dozen, we only have one. But the fact of the matter is that she always seems to be available to do the hard jobs.
She really deserves this. She's worked so hard and for so long, and this is a wonderful recognition of years of labor, and the huge investments that she's made in everything that she's touched, really.